Hey guys, J-Man here. We're just gonna get right into it. We're running super late today, so sorry about that. And we didn't even do anything last night, so that's crazy. I'm just gonna bring Steve right in, dude. What's going on?
Hey, this is the speed version of Weekly
Speed
Women in World
version.
Wrestling.
Yeah, this is the speed version. So, long story. It was Family Day in Canada here, so we didn't do anything on Monday. And I've got like a page and a half of stuff, so we're just gonna whatever. We couldn't do it then, couldn't do it now, couldn't do it then, and doing it now. So that's it. Let's get right in. Let's get right into it. No niceties. Um, NXT JC Jane interview. She
GG
said
suck.
Mari. She said yeah. She said Mari Jannetty, which is funny.
Yeah.
She's that was good. I mean, there's really nothing to say about this. Like it was a typical thing.
Yeah.
Um, we'll focus on the big stuff, like when it comes by. Thea with the whole schism thing. She saw fear in the face. I'll say that Steve has like brought me over to the Thea Hale team. Like I'm with. She's super funny. I
Yeah.
now watch her face anytime Chase U comes on. They've become heroes.
Yes.
They become faces somehow because they're so funny. I think people are just like, yeah, screw it. This is awesome.
Oh, Chase U is. I've watched NXT. I'm like, Chase U has to be on. If it's not on, I'm like, I'm a little bit sad. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, no, they are legitimately. All right.
They're
So
legitimately hilarious, man.
yeah,
I don't
no.
know.
We had a Soul Ruka spot, which they just showed the Soul Crusher and all that. So that was just nothing. All right. So the big match that we had Tiffany versus Thea. She said Chase U sucked, which is funny. The Schism was in the audience and all that. Tiffany Hale has an awesome finisher thing.
Oh man, I love that jumping up the turnbuckle and the last
She did
jump
it.
without the use of ropes, and
Yeah,
then she does that frigging moonsault.
it's
Yeah,
pretty.
Tiffany looked great in this match. I know what they're trying to do with the whole, but I'm not, and I've said this before. I'm not a fan of someone's just standing in the audience and I'm taking out a match. Like I hate that. Like if someone famous bought a ticket and they just stood up during the match, like I don't know, Susan Sarandon. I mentioned her because I have seen her at Raw. If
Right.
Susan Sarandon just stood up, would the entire match stop? And everyone's like, "It's Susan Sarandon!" Like
Yeah, I don't get it.
it literally boggles my mind. It's the same as horror movies. It's the guy standing in the corner. Unless that guy's doing something, I'm moving on.
Yeah, I don't care about that kind of stuff at all. I never cared about that. So he's in the audience. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he bought a
Uh,
ticket. Okay, cool.
yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, no, Tiffany Stratton is awesome.
She is awesome.
Um, I'm almost thinking I might remove some people down here and put some NXT people in. So Tiffany would be one for sure.
Well, you'll
And
have to get rid of Nia Jax because she's
she's
gone.
out. Yeah. I know. I just haven't had time to do Photoshop. Oh, I was on Photoshop today and it was like just messed up badly. So that sucked. But yeah, and it was new comic book day today as well. But the weather here is
It's been
absolutely
ass.
is garbage. So I was able to go yesterday and get my books a day early, which was good. All right, we had Tatum Paxley and Ivy Nile. What was going on? There's just Isla
Is Tatum
Dawn.
Paxley like? I think like the thing was the voice was coming out of like a weird spot in the room, like it was coming out of a speaker, I think, or something. And I was like, where, like, God, like, where was that voice coming from? Like, Isla Dawn was coming from like a box or something. Like, I had no idea what was happening there.
Yeah, that was weird. I mean, yeah.
And to be
That's
honest with you, if Tatum Paxley is turning heel or is not turning heel is irrelevant to me.
yeah. I don't care about her. Um, it is what it is. We had Indy Hartwell talking about JC. She's dead wrong and all this other stuff. It's
Get in
like
the
okay,
back of
fine.
line.
Yeah, getting yeah. So
And man,
that's just a spot.
Indy Hartwell is awesome, man. I just love how whenever there's a new heel or some sort of heel thing, they send Indy out because it's just like we know Indy's going to put on a good show, and she's a big, tall girl, and she looks good in the ring. She looks good anyway, and I
Yeah,
love the big thumbs up thing. Like we'll talk about this week's NXT.
Yeah, it's more important.
The thumbs up, like I'm now a fan of the thumbs up. Indy's definitely in my top 5. I love Indy Hartwell.
And I want to say this before I forget too, that Alexa Bliss is going to be gone for a bit now. I don't know why. I've been seeing all this on Facebook and stuff.
I've
saying
heard that,
for...
but you know what? I've also heard her say, "Don't believe everything you hear." So,
well, I read this, so should I believe everything I read, or
hear, or both?
And we had Meiko Satomura and Roxanne Perez versus Kaden and Katana, who I now like. Roxanne got the win, but now that was the whole setup for the two of them. They're gonna have a match. She's like, "Oh, I did you a favor by helping you here. Now you're gonna do me a favor, give me a title shot," which we'll get to because we'll talk about. Did you see that NXT yesterday's?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can talk about that too. So yeah, we'll get back to more on that afterwards. We had Kiana and
just on that match though.
Yep.
Meiko Satomura was awesome, man.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She would do the kicks and stuff. Like, she was worth the hype in my opinion, because I've heard nothing but like she's a legend, blah blah. And I'm like, all right. I watch. I'm like, good evening, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
It's not a great evening here, to be honest with you, to whoever's asked. But anyhow, Meiko Satomura came with the Thunder, man. She came as advertised, and it was a pretty damn good match. You had
those two are great.
Tandem tag team, and like Roxanne and Meiko Satomura were awesome. Like, I would like them to be a tag team now, see where they go.
Yeah, no, they were pretty good. Okay, so yeah, that was a good match. We had Kiana and Zach as the brother.
As the cowboy turns or whatever. Like, it was it was like, I didn't call it being the brother, but I knew it was fake anyways.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And it's like, that ain't her brother. Why does he look like such a goof?
Yeah, that guy looked like the brother from Napoleon Dynamite. I'm like, why is Kip the brother?
I love it. Yeah, Kip, right? Go ahead and eat all the chips, Kip.
If Uncle Rico showed up, that would be the end of it.
I thought it's Napoleon Dynamite. If you've only seen Napoleon Dynamite like 7 times, you haven't seen it enough.
Yeah. I agree.
You think somebody wants a roundhouse kick in the face while wearing these bad boys? Think about it. He's got wearing the American pants. We should just do a stream of Napoleon Dynamite quotes and we laugh the whole time. Like, Napoleon Dynamite's the only movie that's 90 minutes, but it takes 2 hours to watch it because you have to pause. You're like, that was so funny. Like, there's not too many movies where I've had to pause and rewind because I've missed stuff. One other one I will say is Friday. Like, when he's like, how did you get fired on your day off? He's like, I got fired. You didn't go in. He's like, how do you get fired on your day off?
Well,
and then he's like talking about government cheese.
Yeah, the government cheese was great. And then my boss at work was talking about the government cheese. And I'm like, yeah, I heard of this.
The government cheese. And he's like, get the line. He goes, you got diarrhea for 2 weeks. Or you're constipated. I don't know. Oh my God.
Well, what Dynamite is great. You had to rewind for me was Reanimator.
Oh shit, Reanimator. That's funny too. Oh, with the head and everything and the cat. He's like, is it is it dead? It's like, yeah, it's freaking dead.
Like, Dr. Moore, I'm very disappointed in you. Like, he's a head.
He's a head. It's like a severed head. I'm very disappointed in you. It's like, what? Like, oh shit! I met Brian Yeltsin, the director of that. Yeah. Or maybe the producer. I can't remember now. Whew. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that was good. So that was NXT. We're going to go through these really quick because I don't like going past 9:30 in general. So then we had SmackDown, then Elimination Chamber, right?
Yes.
Yes, SmackDown first. Okay, yeah. So SmackDown, we had Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda and Shayna.
Natalya and Shotzi were a good tag team.
I thought they were good. You know, the armbar was in there.
Ronda took a hell of a tumble.
Yeah.
Shotzi DDT'd her on the apron, and that hit
was I was just gonna say that was crazy.
Yeah,
that was crazy, man. I don't know what the hell happened there.
That I was almost like, is that a semi botch? Because Ronda looked like she took a hell of a hit on that.
She seemed to be okay after.
Yeah, she walked it off, but I was like, I don't know, because they did the replay, and I was looking, and it looked like her head hit the friggin' apron
pretty good. I think maybe did Ronda look in better shape? Slightly, I don't know.
I think what happened was they were smart that they were very limited in how they used Ronda. Shayna was in there a lot,
yeah,
but I couldn't help but come away thinking again that Shayna and Ronda, even though they won, they didn't really deserve to win because they got their asses handed to them the majority of the match. Like there was some pretty, and when they were going to do the heart attack, I was so disappointed that got blocked.
Oh yeah, that would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. All right, we had Asuka and Liv. Sorry, Asuka versus Liv with Carmella Carmella at the announce table was very funny. I was trying to see, Raquel came out, but Carmella, what did she say? She said Carmella's had so many funny lines recently.
Yeah, I know.
And then that whole Nikki was out there. Natalia comes out, Nikki kissing. Was that Michael Cole? I couldn't.
She was licking him.
What the hell was going on with that? He's like, ah, and like Nikki sitting on the table watching was super funny.
Yeah.
What did Carmella said something? I can't read my writing here. I was writing too fast. Carmella was very funny. She was saying a lot of funny stuff. I was trying to write it all down, but it just didn't happen.
The best thing was Wade Barrett tried to suck up to her, and she's like, "Don't try and suck up to me. I'm a happily married woman. What's wrong with you?" Like the way she turned it on him was great because usually the heel's like, "Oh, thank you," and da da da. Yeah, I'm the best. She turned it on him so fast.
That was awesome.
You could tell he didn't know what to say. He was like, Yeah, that was smart. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the best thing right now for them.
Yeah, for them, yes, this is the best thing.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, no, I know. Carmella is really leveled up for me. She's super funny, and during the Elimination Chamber, she was very funny. She's like laughing at them and stuff. It's like, how's it feel? It's like, okay, and the guy's like, you're gonna have to eventually go out there, right? And she was running in. I guess we'll get to Elimination Chamber. That's pretty much it, right?
Anything there wasn't much.
I mean, Asuka's awesome. I mean, is there any point mentioning? I now watch Asuka videos on her channel, Kana-chan TV. I just watch her walking around doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like she went to the bookstore and bought Berserk. And I'm like, this is the best video ever. Somebody recognized her at the Barnes and Noble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, someone's like, hey, and they're getting pictures like, oh, hi. It's like, otherwise, she's walking around it's like literally Asuka walking around. She's like, oh, do you have, Akira? It's like, no, we don't have that one. You're like, whoa, okay. This is so random.
Her makeup has really, I never think the makeup really changes the character, but the makeup and the look has changed that character so dramatically.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. There's a shot. Someone caught a shot though of Nikki kind of bending.
Yeah.
And then her butt is right there. And then it was Michael Cole's literally right, looking right at it. And then people are like, yeah, well, it's what are you gonna do? It's right there. So
it's still not the Chuck Norris.
No, the Chuck Norris photo, which I cannot find. There's a Chuck Norris photo of him watching kids fight, and it's his hand is in a weird spot, and you're like, And you're like, we're just gonna not talk about this picture right now and move on. All right. Okay, so Elimination Chamber. It was Liv, Oscar, Raquel, Carmella, Natalia, Nikki. I'll just read out the quick thing first. So Natalia and Liv started it off. Raquel was the next one to be released. Then Nikki, then Carmella, then Oscar. Oscar was last. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So she was last. We had Raquel got Nikki out. I think. It's hard to read my notes now. I know the chamber was broken. Okay. Oh no, Raquel eliminated Nikki. That's right. Carmella hiding was funny. Liv and Raquel the top rope when they're on the top rope. That was cool. Natalia and Oscar, the double submission thing was kind of cool. I thought that was really neat. Carmella pinned Natalia. Carmella and Oscar eliminated Raquel, which was really good. Oscar lock on Carmella, and then Oscar won. So that was the order of things. So what did you think in general?
Like, this is again Liv Morgan, loved the blue. I love the blue outfit. This is I like the fact that they showed her as a real badass. Like it needed 2 submission moves, and she never tapped out. She just passed out.
Just passed out. I like that.
I did not like how long it took them to get her out of the chamber because it cut off like part of the ring, and I wish they had like got her out faster. I also did not like putting people's heads through the chain links, like
I thought that was weird because if anything happens, you're dead.
Yep.
Like your neck is snapped or whatever. Yep. That's it. So that was weird.
I did not like that at all. There were some pretty damn good moves. Like Nikki Cross coming off the chamber and like body crossing everyone was awesome. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of good moves in this. It was a hard hit affair, and the person who needed to win should have won.
For sure.
I thought all the eliminations made sense. The fact that Carmella and Asuka had to team up and literally kick the bejesus out of Raquel to pin her made sense.
Yep.
I don't mind the fact that Asuka won because that's who clearly should have won. It was good. With these sort of gimmick matches, I just get like turned off by how easily I could see someone getting hurt. I know that's a big part of it. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true, Joe. Carmella really has since she's been back, she's been pretty good. And I liked her like making fun of people and hiding in the pod. But the structure itself, it's a little bit like a ladder match where there's just too much opportunity to get hurt. And I don't like. I know that it's all about risk taking, and the men's elimination match was absolutely insane when I think it was Seth Rollins or was it Johnny Gargano? One of the two did the moonsault. What did the Hurricane Run and used everyone to knock over other people? That was an insanely good move. But again, I'm not a fan. Like when they were putting people's heads through the fence, I didn't like that at all. I was like, it's a little bit too much for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't watch. Okay, so Elimination Chamber, because I had to do so much fast viewing of like basically the reason my notes are kind of shitty is that I basically had to watch like hours of wrestling all at once. Plus, we've got tomorrow night we're doing The Phantom, which I didn't even rewatch, but I've seen that movie enough times, so I think I could wing it. And then we've got I think Last Dragon's coming up, so I got to rewatch that. There's just too many things on the plate. Plus, this weekend was the comic book show, which I dropped a shit ton of money on, and I bought a lot of awesome stuff. So check out that video if you like comic books. But there's just so much going on, so I didn't watch any. So the Rhea Ripley match, whatever, I didn't watch any of it. I just fast forward to see. Okay, who, I don't even know who won.
Yeah, I can tell you. So
They lost. The Judgment Day lost, right?
yeah, it was Edge and Beth. There was one really, really, really bad botch by Beth where literally, I forget. I think it was who the hell was it? It was Finn was pinning Edge, I think, and Beth was supposed to come in and make the save. Jump across and make the save.
Right.
And literally, the referee went one, and the problem was the camera was right there, so the referee went 1, 2, and then he went, oh, like he sort of like threw the last one where his hand didn't touch the mat. And then there was a pause, and then Beth came across and hit.
Oh dear! So that was supposed to be. So the point of that was supposed to be like they broke the count, but the referee, she didn't make it in time.
Right, and the camera was right there, so he saw the referee blow the 3 count.
Right,
like he should have counted it. He didn't, and he waited. He was looking over his shoulder, waiting for Beth, and then Beth came, and I was like, "That's really, 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 really bad."
All right. Well, let's hold on. What's my what can I do for that? Can I give it here's the rate. Here's a rating on that.
It deserved a 0. It was really, really bad. Otherwise, Beth looked good. Yep. Overall, it's still like, considering she doesn't wrestle anymore, she's retired. She's wearing makeup that was, and they mentioned this, that brought back, was harkened to Bull Nakano. You may have remember her. She back in the day, she was.
Oh gosh, I'd have to look her up.
Years ago.
Hey, Comic Vet. I was just on the Comic Vet's channel today, on Chris's channel today.
Hey, Chris.
Showing some. I still got my pile of comics right here. I'm going from one stream to another. It's like I remember our buddy Clobberin times.
Yeah.
He once did like 4 streams in a row.
You must have forgot what he was talking about by the third one.
I know, you just can't. I think they're talking about. I think they're making fun of the Eternals movie, saying how boring it was, and it's like it starts to be like, yeah, it's boring, and you know what I mean. It's like you can't even speak anymore. You're like, I don't know.
I don't know. I think I said all this 2 streams ago. Anyhow, like, yeah, so it was a good hard hitting match again. Edge and Beth won. Clean, which was nice. The shatter, I thought it was Luna Vachon initially, Brian, but they mentioned Bo Nakano. I'm like, okay. The shatter machine finisher looked pretty sick. And Beth was legit. Like she did she and Rhea did a double team move on Edge and what was it? Double freaking electric chairs or something. So both ladies hoisted up the respective men from the other team.
Oh, cool.
So that was a nice thing. Like, Beth is a very powerful, she was the Glamazon. She was a big tough woman, and Rhea was a big tough woman, and they showcased that in this match, which was great. Someone said, Rhea shouldn't be losing before WrestleMania, but technically she didn't lose. Finn Balor ate the pin, so I'm
thinking Rhea might win this.
She may.
We'll do our predictions
closer
when it's time to do the predictions, but I don't know. I like Rhea Ripley. People are. I don't know, because like, I don't know. We'll talk. Let's not get into it, because that's just going to be a thing now. We'll get into it when we'll be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, anything else? I mean, I didn't I mean, that was the big. I did watch the Sami Zayn thing. I was pumped up. I was pumped up for it. I got pumped up for it. I actually think the Sami Zayn story for me was probably the most invested I've been in a story in a long time. Because look, Steve and I were both writers. Steve's books are available on his website, which is a link to the description of this video plug. And mine are on Amazon as well. So there you go. But no, we're both writers. And look, we know how it goes. Like, it's tough to get me really excited for stuff. Like the only stuff I get excited for is old movies. Like I like
Yeah.
Phantasm, which is I didn't change. I forgot to change my Phantasm poster for my Poison Ivy. Usually I put Poison Ivy here. I don't have any wrestling posters. If I do, I'll put one there. But it's like I get pumped up for that kind of stuff. But like for me to get invested in like a wrestling storyline, that like never happens. So, but I was actually like, you know what, this is pretty. Like I was like, come on, I thought it was pretty exciting. So, all in all, I mean, Sami Zayn really was beat up. Like they showed pictures afterwards, his back and his chest and everything. And I thought it was really good. So overall, I thought Elimination Chamber was pretty okay. Like his match was good. I didn't watch any other match, unfortunately. I know Brock Lesnar lost by DQ, which is just like that means he didn't lose, right?
That was BS. Again, it lasted less than 5 minutes. I don't know why they keep hyping up the double. It was a double power bomb. Thanks, Brian. I couldn't remember what the hell the move was, but like the Brock Lesnar Bobby Lashley thing, they're so afraid, I think, to have someone come out looking weaker than ever. They just have these like, and now Bray Wyatt's going to enter into it. I'm like, I'm over like maybe Bray Wyatt because they're saying Brock Lesnar versus Omos for WrestleMania, which I'm just like,
that's what I heard.
That's
gonna be versus. That's gonna be like a really. Like, can Omos do that guy just can't do a lot of things. He's just too large.
Yeah, he's too stiff. I don't know. I thought the US match was really, really, really damn good. Like Montez Ford, like give this man some title runs. Like he was amazing. But it was sort of marred by Logan Paul showing up and doing his thing, and he's going to fight Seth Rollins. And kudos to Logan Paul for getting into wrestling shape and putting on good matches, but I don't know. There's just a stigma about him. I don't care. I don't really want to see him in the wrestling ring. I just don't.
I have this, and this isn't like, I mean, this isn't fair to Logan Paul, but it's just because I know him and I just he just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
I just don't care about him.
Yeah.
And it's actually the thing that I have for him is the reverse of what I have for Ronda. So I'm more likely. See, before I did not care about Ronda Rousey at all. I thought, oh yeah, like this girl, like okay, who cares? This is not wrestling Ronda. I mean, way before. Like this is before the wrestling. And then I started watching her matches. Like, well, she wins matches, doesn't she? And then I was like, okay. And then I was looking back at her career, like as a person, going back, like I was like, okay, she's a serious competitor, right? So I thought, okay, you know what? Like, I can't be that guy who's just being a dick for no reason. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, what's the big deal about Ronda Rousey? Who cares? I'm like, well, the big deal is that she wins matches. It's like, oh, okay. Right? So I'm like, well, the big deal is that she's good. I'm like, oh, okay. And she put, I don't care what you say. She was the first one for me and for anyone that I know that cared about female competitor, about female MMA fights. And look, I love, Chris Cyborg's awesome. Obviously, we like what's her face. I was going to say Cara Dune, Gina Carano. She's not just a Star Wars character; she's also a human. But I first saw her on American Gladiators. I like her a lot. But Ronda Rousey, that was where the big time. I was like, wow, okay, these are mainstream matches that I'm paying attention for, and that low key got me into UFC in general. Yeah. Because I didn't give a shit about UFC at all. Until Ronda Rousey. So look, I've got that thing for her now. So I go back, I'm like, yeah, I like her in Expendables 3 just because she's in it. I like her. I've seen her a couple of other things. I like her. But Logan Paul is the same thing, but reverse. Except my thing with Ronda was like, I didn't like Ronda or Logan Paul. And I watched Ronda's stuff. I'm like, okay, I like her. Logan Paul, I'm like, yeah, but you didn't do anything. You're just on YouTube and your content is rubbish. To me, it's like rubbish. I'm not saying it's bad or you shouldn't be watching it because, like, someone could say my content is trash. I'm not saying it's just like it has zero appealing factors for me. Like there's not at any moment of time would I care to watch any of his. I've never even. The only video I've ever seen is where he went to Japan. They filmed. I don't. Maybe it was the brother. I don't know if it was him or the brother, but they filmed the Japanese people in the suicide thing, and I was like, okay. I'm done with this human being. F this guy. Now, I can't. I also don't want to be that guy because I'm very, very against judging the personal back stories or backgrounds of people. I don't like that. So I'm really turning it off big time for Logan Paul. I thought he did some good matches. I like his commitment. He looks like he's trying. He wants to do cool stuff. He did a couple of big flashy moves.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to turn down my, like hate. Not it's not hatred. I don't hate. It's like my dispassionate or like dislike maybe. I'm trying to turn that down because I'm like, look, it's wrestling. The guy's trying to put on a show. Yeah. So I'm giving him a chance. I am easy on Ronda. I'm very easy on Ronda. Everybody knows. Steve knows. You guys in the chat know. I'm easy on Ronda. Let's fucking face the facts, right? Yep. I give her a pass. Like, yeah, I give her a pass. It's not fair that I'm giving her a pass. But I'm a human being. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a human being.
There's going to be bias. You can't.
There's going to be bias. So, but there's going to be negative too. It's like Logan Paul's got a huge hurdle because my only memory of him is doing crappy YouTube videos that I don't care about and filming dead Japanese people.
Yeah, my thing with Logan Paul, and I heard the stuff about him, like he's got a stigma around him, and I see him, and I'm like, yeah, I can get why. Just look at the guy, I get why people would dislike him. My thing is just that he's not going to be around full time again. I don't like part-time wrestlers. I don't. I don't like it because I've watched these guys. Like I'm thinking of Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan has been on every pay-per-view pretty much forever, right?
Yeah.
And she's like in these hard-hitting matches, and she's on SmackDown every week, and she's in the Elimination Chamber, and she's in the Royal Rumble, and she's number 2, and she lasts over an hour, and blah 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 blah. I get what the whole thing is with a Brock Lesnar or another part-time wrestler. John Cena comes back, people cheer. I get it, but John Cena was around for 15 years or something. 20 years before he became a part-time wrestler, like 15 years or whatever the hell it was.
Oh, he paid his dues. Yeah, we're not going to, I'm not, no way. I'm not saying
I'm not mad at him. Brock Lesnar was around for a while, right? Like now he's a part-time guy, but he was around for a while. Even Roman Reigns, he was around for a while before he became part-time, pretty much. He's not part-time. He's like 3/4 time, I would say.
Yeah.
But Logan Paul is not going to commit to being a full-time Paul Heyman said it on Raw to Cody Rhodes, 305 days of the year, promoting matches, blah, blah, blah. He's not going to do that. He's not going to be there with guys like Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch and people like that who have committed to the life of a professional wrestler. And unfortunately, sorry, not sorry, I'm going to side with those guys because if you want me to commit my time, commit your time. And if you're not going to do it, I'm not mad at you. I'm not committing, I'm not going out and being a wrestler, right? I'm not going out there and being a personality. Right. But if you're not going to commit your time, don't ask me to commit mine because it ain't going to happen.
Yep. He's good for Seth because he cared less about Seth. Okay, so there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. The Hurricane Rana, I don't know how he didn't end up getting injured, Joe. When I saw that, I was like, that was a risky one.
Logan Paul's a natural heel.
Joe, when they were trying to make him kind of a face, that was like the worst mistake ever. He is a heel. Yep. Just have him a heel. He came out, people boo him immediately. It's like Dom. You can't turn him face anytime soon.
That Valentine's, did we cover that? Oh no, did you see that Valentine's thing on Instagram where he went to do where he took Rhea? My God, like Dominic Mysterio has become my favorite person. Like, I don't know what happened. This is the biggest turnaround that I've ever seen. Dominic Mysterio to me was zero. Like, if they're like, he's fired, I'd be like, who gives a rat's ass? Now, he's like my favorite person. Like, So he was taking her out for Valentine's Day. We should have talked about this before. He's taking her out for Valentine's Day, and then Miss Ray, I guess Ray and the mom or whoever were at some restaurant, and he's like, "Oh, this is our table," and Ray's like, "Okay, fine, I'm going." So he gets up to leave, and they're ordering all this stuff. It's like, "Give me 2 bottles of the most expensive champagne." Oh, okay, and they're drinking and eating all that, and then the bill comes in, and he's like, "I got this," and he takes out his card and. Then they come back like, "Sorry, sir, your card has been declined." And he's like, "Huh?" He's like, "Okay, well, let me see." And then literally a cop, I think it was like a cop and his wife or something. He's like a guy in uniform though. They just walked by to sit down and have dinner in the corner. And Dominic's like, "Oh my God, they're after me. It's a sting operation. I've got to get out of here." And he takes off and leaves Rhea having to pay. He's like, "It's a sting. It's a sting." It's like, it's clearly not. Like, it's like the guy's having lunch. And then Rhea's like, "Oh," and then later Rhea's like, "Oh, it's the equality. Women can pay for their men." Oh my God. I thought that was the damn friggin' funniest. Dom is MVP. He is. I swear. Like, and doing the one button here. Oh my God, it's so brilliant. I mean, they've total package changed that entire guy's thing. I don't know. It's so funny to me. Like, it's so good. Rhea Ripley's great too. Oh yeah, hardened criminal Dominic Mysterio's become the I'm sorry, no. It's so good. I removed his Best Buy picture. I was like, I can't do the Best Buy thing anymore. It's not fair. Because I firmly believe that if someone sucks, we're gonna say they suck. Yeah. But if they don't suck anymore, we have to acknowledge that. And he is so funny. I don't even know, like, this angle. I don't even know, like, this angle's so good. He's like, "Oh my God, it's a sting." He goes, "They're after me, Rhea. I gotta go." And he just takes off. It's like, oh, okay. And then Rhea just pays with cash. She's like, "Okay, you can keep the change." And it was like literally all the cash she had. Like she's like, "Oh, here you go." So she has no money after that because they ordered all this. Oh shit! All right, let's get into Monday Night Raw. So we had the Rhea interview. It's like, "I'm the best," the typical whatever. I mean, nothing like the normal interview.
Yeah.
So we had Asuka versus Nikki. What's the time? Okay, we're still doing okay for time. Asuka versus Nikki. We had Bianca came in. What did I? Oh yeah, Nikki submitted to Asuka. That's fine, right? Like,
Nikki submitted while laughing.
Yeah. Like, it's like, is that a submission or like, what is that? Yes. I know. That's crazy, eh?
Well, I think they'll have to. I think Judgment Day could be on its way out, and doesn't just Rhea and Dom become a thing, because I don't see this helping Finn Balor and Damian Priest anymore.
Well, Edge will end Judgment Day.
Yeah.
He'll start it, he'll end it. That'll be the thing, and then Dom and Rhea will just be on their own thing.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, man. I like Nikki Cross was hilarious. Like,
she's awesome.
I had to do it twice because I'm like, I don't think I saw her submit.
It was weird. The ref's just like, okay, it's done. It's like, what?
But happened? She said yes. She said yes, but she was like laughing, and I'm like, this is the oddest. I've never seen a submission like this.
I don't think she understood the question. Can you repeat the question? My client did not understand the question.
But like, Asuka coming out with the eyes and the makeup, and she just like, she did the 3 German suplexes, which is a Kurt Angle thing. I don't know, but Asuka, it's hard to break her momentum, and they're saying like, this is the Asuka we first saw. Like, this is the Asuka from the actual Empress of Tomorrow. I love her gear. I love her look. And I love the fact like she's sitting there laughing and like Nikki's sitting there laughing. I'm like, this is a match between two crazy people. This is awesome.
And it was good. We had Carmella interview the Princess of Zen Island, which was funny. I was trying to write down all of her stuff.
You forgot, like at the end of the match, Bianca came in.
Oh,
and Asuka just the blue dye or whatever, and Bianca's literally like,
yeah. Now there's blue. It used to be green.
Yep.
Now she has the blue or whatever. It's like, what's gonna happen? We had Carmella sing Princess of Zen Island, which is funny. She got a match with Asuka, and now Chelsea and Adam Pearce has become pretty funny too.
She's like, you sent me to Ottawa, Illinois.
And he's like, I don't know how that happened.
I love Chelsea Green is becoming up the ladder, man. Like
she's pretty funny.
She's hilarious. Hi, this is Chelsea Green. Yeah, you're travel. You're like, oh shit. Your travel people sent me to Ottawa, Illinois instead of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
He's like, I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know how that happened. He's
but
like, you're breaking up into Canada.
Even with Carmella, he's talking all cool with her. And he's like trying
he's trying to fist bump her. You're like
no.
I'm telling you, man, Adam Pearce is gold. People boo him. I don't know why. He's hilarious.
It is funny. We'll talk about Ding Dong Hello. Yep, that's coming up.
Oh, we'll have to.
So Carmella, Princess of Zen Island. Like, all right. I was like, all right.
It's funny, man.
Yeah. I used to think she was super whatever, but you know what? The hair colors change. She looks better now to me.
Yeah.
It seems like her she's been, I don't know. It's like she's funnier. I don't know what happened. Like why?
I think this is her natural. This is the gimmick that she had that was the best, and I think it's closest to her own personality, where she's just like, the skater. She's got the low swung pants and the bikini underwear, and she's got the hat and everything. Like, this is her. I think this is just her,
right?
Dialed up, obviously, and just like a super motor mouth Staten Island princess. Like, I don't know. I feel strongly that this is probably Carmella. And they always say, like, when did The Godfather take off? When he wasn't Papa Shango, when he was the Godfather. Because Charles Wright's character was the fun-loving. That's the guy he was. The voodoo guy, that ain't him. Right?
Right. Well, obviously, right. That's not,
Yeah.
And she gets much okay. I don't know what's going on next week.
I gotta talk about that. That was hilarious.
All right, so Ding Dong Hello. We had Io Sky, or Io Sky and Dakota Kai. Bex comes out, Bex and Lita. Okay.
There was one thing said in that entire thing. I missed part of the thing because I was laughing so hard at what she said.
Well, is it the same? Okay, what is it? I'll tell you if it's the same thing that I was thinking.
It's like, I thought you were bringing your daughter out, and she's like, no one is ready for that awesomeness. I'm like,
I like that. She was like, if you're gonna come in, you gotta use the door. Why? Like, the door, it's like the monolith in friggin' 2001: A Space Odyssey. Just like, you can just walk around it. In fact, they should use the 2001. They should use the music, whatever composer is, Tchaikovsky or whatever. Yeah. They should use that for the big door. Oh no, but that's what's her name's theme. That's Ric Flair's thing. Yeah. But but no, it's like the door's like it's like, use that if you're gonna come on, Ding Dong, you gotta come in through the door. It's like, why? And they actually came in through the door.
I thought, the timing was off. I think it was literally like, I don't know what happened too. They something screwed up royally when Lita's music hit. Bailey looked like it was her birthday and she just wanted a present. Like she, like Dakota and I were like, oh, the big squinting. And Bailey was like, yeah, like, did someone forget to tell Bailey who was showing up? Because she looks genuinely excited that Lita was coming out.
I think she's like, this is great for the Ding Dong Hello show,
Right.
but not great for the like, it's not a show. Like,
yeah,
I like that she thinks it's a show.
yeah.
But like it's like, but you're just in the ring. Like it's
you're in the ring interviewing the people you come out with every freaking week.
Yeah, next week on my channel, I'll be talking to Steven. Like, okay, isn't he always on? It's like, yes, but this time it's an official interview. It's like, oh, all right. What do you got going on, Steve? My books. Like I said, every stream, like, link to his website is in the description of this video.
Yeah,
like I like, what else do you have going on? I write books. Like, when you write books, you don't have 14 things going on. You have a book going on.
Yeah, you're focused on one thing.
You're focused on one thing. Oh, Christ. Hold on. Sorry, did I miss some? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You notice they didn't get the microphone anywhere near her. You're like, no, don't give it to Io.
Oh, there you go. Well, Lita and Trish
are Niagara Falls.
Are Niagara Falls. And I actually saw something which would be really great, because then I'd probably do this. This would probably be better. Is they're doing, I saw one show where Lita and Trish were there, and they did double photo op. So together. Yeah. So you just pay once, and then you got both of them, and that would actually work out for us, because it just for timing as well. You just do one thing. Yeah. And then you could get the two of them with you. That's going to be really good. So I'm going to keep an eye on that, and I'll let you know about that, Steve. Okay. I mean, yeah. So I don't even know what,
I have no idea what happened.
What happened? Like, what is going on with that?
Had the belts, and I'm like, did they already win it? No, they took it off.
That wasn't a match, right?
What is going on? I was so confused through that entire. All I got was Lita and Becky are going to challenge for the belts at some point.
Right.
I had no idea what else was going on. I like, when they were holding the belts, I'm like, did I miss did I fall asleep and miss a match for some reason?
But like, we won. It's like, no, you didn't actually win, though. You know that, right?
Yeah. I'm like, but the Ding Dong Hello set hasn't been changed. So what the hell's going on? Like, I just couldn't figure it out. I basically had to turn off my brain and just be like, all right, Becky and Lita are going to challenge for the belts at some point.
That's all you
WrestleMania? I was sure. I don't
know. We had a Candice LeRae interview with Nikki Cross, and she's like, why are you following me? She's like, oh, alone or something. And it's like, oh, I don't know.
I was like, another tag team forming. I don't like. And she's talking about Johnny Gargano. I'm like, well, Johnny Gargano was murdered in the Elimination Chamber, so I don't expect to see him for a while. But yeah, I was very, and then it's like, oh, next week Candice LeRae is facing Piper Niven. I'm like, oh, so Candice LeRae is going to be squashed by Piper Niven, because that's what's going to happen.
Yep. All right, so let's do NXT. So this will be last night's NXT.
All right.
So Fallon apologized and all that crap. I mean, that whole thing is jokes. But we had Maiko's training class.
That was ridiculous,
which
man.
Was like outrageous.
How am I supposed to take this whole match seriously when Maiko is training Roxanne Perez, and at the end, Roxanne Perez was clearly almost on her face, and Maiko Satomura had not even broken a sweat. And
yeah, she's going to destroy her.
Going to defend a bout against this person. She couldn't even work out with her.
Right.
Well, there you go.
Oh.
Maybe
There you
they'll
go.
face the Viking Raiders. We gotta see Val Haler, Sarah Logan in the ring at some point.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so that was just like a thing. We had JC Jane versus Indy Hartwell. It was a disqualification because Gigi came out.
I thought
Which
Gigi
I'm glad. Sorry?
I thought Gigi would be out longer.
She was pretty beat up.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool of her to come back or whatever. But I'm glad that, because I didn't want JC to lose and I really didn't want Indy Hartwell to lose. So
No.
I'm glad this is one of the ones where I'm glad they kind of did that.
They made the right choice, and I loved the Full Sail University like cheering on Indy Hartwell when she was in the submission mode, like the chin lock or whatever the hell it was, and she gives them all the thumbs up. I'm like, I don't know, man. I really love Indy Hartwell, man. I hope she has a title reign.
Did you see her? I saw one of her Instagram posts. She was walking around in Walmart normal, and she pulls out her phone. She's like, "Oh my God, this is the best day ever." And her figure was there.
Oh,
my Walmart, it sucks. I just checked it this morning. They've got the same. They've got, oh gosh, what's her name? Mae Young. It's like, that's the only figure they have. It's like,
does it come with a hand?
That was the stupidest thing ever. It was Thing. I finished watching that Wednesday show. It was pretty fun. Actually, I thought it was a lot of fun. But anyways, yeah, Thing. That was really the stupidest thing. I think that we should do the top 10 stupidest, like not even funny stupid, like just god awful, idiotic. Like, you thought this was gonna be funny, like
Eric Rowan carrying around a what is it, like a little cage from meat, and it turned out to be a giant spider in it.
What? Sorry, what was that?
Eric Rowan, who was part of the Wyatt family, he started to bring this cage or something, and it was under his tarp to the ring, and he would just put it down and he'd wrestle and stuff. And I guess he was talking to it through. I don't know what he was doing with it, but like if someone tried to touch it, he'd go ape shit and all that. And it came out that there was a giant spider in the cage.
Right, and what am I like? Should I step on it? Like,
I don't remember what they did with it, but I was just, and it wasn't a real spider. Obviously, it was like a.
Remember when Earthquake gave an earthquake to Damien? No animals were harmed during this episode of Raw. Yeah, right. It's like that. So a 700-pound man just sat on us. I'm gonna look that up. I'm sure.
Earthquake to Damien.
I'm gonna put some earthquake gifs. I love earthquake, by the way.
Yeah,
I've got the earthquake figure. Earthquake's one of those figures where if I see it, I'll just buy another earthquake. I want to have like a collection of 100 earthquakes. Yeah. I don't want anyone to have an earthquake figure but me. Oh, it was better not knowing what it was. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I let Don Elfire join Dark Side. Oh yeah, we'll look at that in a second. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at that. So actually next was Zoe Stark interview. Sol Ruka was talking about her stuff. So it's all just basic.
Yeah, Zoe Stark wants to be the end boss. Sol Ruka does neat flips, unbelievably neat flips with skateboards.
Yeah, I could do them too if I practice every day and wasn't as large as I am and was like, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't even do the handstand. Like the skateboard, I can pick up a skateboard and put it down, and that's pretty much the only thing I can do with that trick.
I did have a skateboard. I had one of those ones with the two things. So I was like, I could ride on it. That's it. I couldn't flip. I could go like this.
Yeah.
And then I go down hills and whatever, but no flipping. I think. I mean, I could kick it and catch it. But, that I could do. But that is it. I did have a buddy who could like he was somewhat okay. You know who that was? That was the person who wants to be edited out of videos now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You wouldn't think that person was would be a skateboarder
That person
person.
had a whole life before I knew that person.
Yes.
That was way different.
And that version of that person was really cool.
Yeah.
Stevie Turner, who I don't fast forward now because she's a wrestler. She was talking about
Lyra
yeah.
Valkyria. It's like, why does she have the feather? I'm like, she's talented, but I'll beat her. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Then we had Nikita, who is legit injured. She's out. Didn't know who.
Nikita's boobs were definitely not agreeing with Tiffany Stratton, I have to say.
I did not notice any of that, Steve. It's terrible. This is just terrible. This is just terrible what you're saying. Wait, Tiffany Stratton was there? No. I mean, that broke the internet. It's like
because I saw that, I'm like, whatever is happening here, it's not going to work.
Even the middle one is all right. It's like that was like the internet has been destroyed.
Yeah, she literally entered stage left, and then it's like, hey, Nikita, and then something else was said, and then Tiffany Stratton showed up and said something, and then everyone left. I was like,
yeah,
I don't know what you paid to write her for this segment was wasted because no one knew what the hell.
And then I rewound it, and they still didn't say anything.
I rewind it, and I still didn't understand what happened.
But I did get a transcript, and one of the best things is Tiffany. She had a Tiffany epiphany. That was funny. She's like, this is like a waste. That was funny. And I like how Nikita's like, I don't know who attacked me and all that.
It happened from behind. I was clipped from behind.
Yeah, this ain't Murder on the Orient Express here, people.
Well, the way they're doing it, it might be. Like I'm just like confused. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
It's like this is like the Chris Pattinson Batman. Like you can't figure it out after hours and hours. And it's like, okay, I don't care anymore. By the time Batman tried to figure it out, I'm like, I don't even care. What was the crime again? The Riddler
did 3 hours ago.
Riddler, I accuse you of murder. It's like, murder? Man, that was 3 hours ago. I don't remember what that.
You know how many things I've done since then?
Yeah. I've literally written my laundry list. I've got to pick. Yeah, I mean, my grocery list. I've got my friggin' like, oh my God. Anyways, that was a great segment. Yeah, it broke the internet. Tiffany Stratton broke the internet about a week ago with this like photo spread.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it was
literally one guy's like, he was angry. He's like, listen, I was downloading stuff. I was on what, and the internet went down. It's like, you got to warn us before you post. Like, warning, tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm posting something. Okay, quick, back up your files. All right. And then we had Alba Fire with Isla Dawn versus Ivy Nile. Alba won.
Yep, she came out for wiffle bat. She beat Ivy Nile. Tatum Paxley didn't want to go out because now Isla Dawn has convinced her she doesn't want to be part of Diamond Mine. I doubt anyone even watched this match except, because they were still rewinding the Nikita Lyons Tiffany Stratton interview to try and see, was anything said.
Yeah.
Was. This was, I like Ivy Nile a lot. I think she's a really decent wrestler, but Alba Fire is getting a now heel push.
Right.
She was never going to lose. It was sort of a waste of time because I'm not invested in the Tatum Paxley. Is she going to turn or not? I don't care. This Diamond Mine thing. I would like Ivy Nile to just be on her own, to be honest with you. I would like to see her take on Zoe Stark. I think that would be a really good feud.
Yeah.
I don't care about Tatum Paxley. She's cute. That's all I got to say about her. I don't care about her at all.
Yep. Yeah, I second that, and I second both things. Okay. Then we had the apology of Fallon and Kiana James. It's like, oh, you should have trusted me. It's like, why? Like, why would I have? Like, if this was real life, you'd be like, if this was real life, you'd say it's my brother immediately. It's like, secondly, it's like, oh, I wanted you to trust me. I'd be like, well, you've literally beat the crap out of me, try to steal my bar, and like hate me. So, yeah, I won't trust you instantaneously. It's like, oh yeah, okay.
This was really weird because I feel like they're trying to make this triangle between the dude and Fallon and Kiana. And Fallon was with him, I assume, for a while before Kiana came along, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm not jealous. Of course you're jealous. But I'm like, where are we going with this? Like, okay, we're a tag team. I'm like, again, it's I like them as a tag team, but I'm not invested in this whole, teenage rom-com that they got going on right now.
Right.
I don't care at all. Just move on with it, is what I say.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like, yeah, either do something like have them fight it out, or make up or whatever. Kiss and make up. That's a great idea.
Yeah, there you go. And of course, we did get Thea Hale. She did show up with Chase U.
Yes.
Chase U lost, and then Duke Hudson asked Andre Chase the $1 million question at the end: is this a university or a charity?
Yeah, I it's like, oh, what is it?
Yeah, what is it? And Thea Hale was sitting there saying, "It's all my fault. It's all my fault." So here's what I'm really wondering: is Thea Hale going to have a match with The Rock's daughter or not? Because this is what you're leading up to,
right?
Like, is Ava Raine going to actually wrestle? It's like when B-Fab was in a wrestling match, I think I was shocked because I'm like, oh, she wrestles? Because I've never seen her wrestle.
I was shocked, but then you haven't really seen her since then.
Nope.
So there you go. I got one.
Woo! When he did 6 to Hulk Hogan, that was outrageous.
I like a guy who's just like a big fat guy and just jumps on someone else and squashes them.
Well, that's why Piper Niven, like when she's
I like Piper Niven.
Alexa Bliss. I'm like, Alexa Bliss is flat.
Too bad. I like Alexa Bliss, but now she's gonna be a flat Alexa. I like Piper Niven. I'm damn serious. I like Piper Niven. I legit like her. I think she's good. Listen, if you got to get the job done, and sometimes you got to sit on someone to get it done. That was my special move when I was over 300 pounds.
Well,
Earthquake can't do other things. It's like he's a sumo wrestler. I'm just gonna sit on. It's like, yeah, what's your special move, Mr. Tenta? I sit on people. Like, well, fuck yeah, I guess that's it. Like, what else? What do you want?
I mean, I love, and I usually don't like
Bronson Reed. Let's take a look.
Bronson Reed was in that men's match, and it was obscene. Like,
yes, I do like Bronson Reed. Yes, I know what you're talking about now. Okay, yes,
that guy is obscene, man. Like, he's
got some sort of muscle. He's not. I wouldn't say he's fat. He's just like a big, thick. Like, what's the Chase? Not Chase U. What's the Alpha Academy? That guy's funny too.
Otis.
I mean, the name. I mean, like, that's an Otis.
If Otis wrestles Bronson Reed, that will be the end of it.
Oh my God, the universe would collide. No, but it's like, guy comes out, it's like, oh, what's your name? It's like Otis. It's like, fucking A, it is. That's your name, buddy. That's it. I mean, that's an Otis. Like, oh my God. All right, guys. Well, I think we're gonna end it off there. That was a lot of fun. So next week we'll be back on our regular. I think Tuesday regular. I think we should be back Tuesday. Wednesday, I believe. Sorry?
We'll only have Raw and SmackDown to talk about then.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, that'll be fast. Or we could go more in depth too. So next Tuesday we'll be back normal. Wednesday we're going to be on the Action Elite talking about The Last Dragon, which I'm super looking forward to because I love that movie. Tomorrow night we're doing Sean and I are doing the Days of High Adventure, and we're doing the Phantom, Billy Zane, the Phantom. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we will, Sean and I think Professor Bill is coming back on because he really had a lot of fun last time he was on. We're going to look at every comic book that came out in February of 1991. And then next week will be the wrestling on Tuesday, Wednesday, Action Elite. Next Thursday, we're either seeing Creed 3 if it comes out in IMAX here properly. If it doesn't come out, I'm not seeing it because I'm only seeing it in IMAX because they filmed a lot of it in IMAX. So if it's not IMAX, I'm not going. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, tickets still show Ant-Man playing, which is weird, right? So if we don't do that, we'll probably do Captain America 100 as a classic comics talk with Sean and I. And I think Friday, so that the Friday after that, let me just check here.
It's next Friday.
March 3rd. Yeah, next Friday. March 3rd, we will be doing the qualifiers for the fantasy verses. So we're gonna finally pick the 8 movies. We're not gonna do it like the Space Verse. We're just gonna pick the 8 movies and go from there. So Charlie's coming back on for that. So it'll be the 4 of us again for that. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, guys, that is it. Then hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.